Hello, congratulations, you've been hacked. And I know it is so disruptive and it is so mind boggling, but I am here to help you. I'm going to tell you the things that I wish someone had told me. But first, I want to say congratulations. I know you may not feel like you deserve congratulations, but I promise you, when you finish this, you're going to be happy because I'm going to show you how to get your site clean. Now, there's all these YouTube videos out there showing you how to get down in the weeds and clean up all this nonsense. And yes, I could show you how to do that because I did that myself the first time my site got hacked. And it's just a big waste of time. So I'm not going to even get into that, but I will tell you that depending on how important your site is, depending on what you're doing, it's going to depend on how much you need to pay to get this thing cleaned up. And the good news is it's super cheap, and I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, so number one, as you know, I get this site's hosted on Bluehost. I have all my properties on Bluehost right now. I know people running big businesses on Bluehost, and they can accommodate. And I recommend them highly. However, in this case, I don't. About 3 months ago, I got my site hacked, this particular one, and Bluehost has a partnership with a company. I forget their name, but they charge you about $300 to eliminate malware on your site, which you do not want to pay. If you're thinking about paying that, don't do it. A lot of other sites, they'll offer you monthly fees. Don't do that either. In some cases, you may need to, but I'll get to that in the video as well. But let's just start off with this. There's different levels of sites. Some people have huge sites where it's community involvement, people are posting all the time, they're susceptible to SQL injections, and they're receiving data. So if you have like a big time forum, if you own like the Warrior Forum itself, or you have like a social networking piece that you're trying to protect, you may need to go get a big time monthly payment company to secure your site, like the one that Bluehost is affiliated with. So that's top tier. The middle lane is if you're doing your own payment processing, and I used to do that. I had authorized.net in my back end processing payments, and if you're doing that, if you have static IPs and you have to deal with people's credit cards personally on your website, then you're going to need an even greater security solution. And in that case, I would recommend Sucuri, and I'll put a link to there. I have an affiliation with them as well. I have an affiliation with Bluehost too, but I'm telling you not to use them in this case for website hacks. But Sucuri, I found out about this at an internet conference, and I was complaining about my site being hacked, and this woman there, she told me about what she was using, and I will say Sucuri is the best option and the cheapest. They'll have a link, and I'll put it below the video, where you can literally put your domain in and it'll tell you what suspicious things are going on in your configuration if you have a WordPress site. So I'm speaking mostly to WordPress sites. If you don't have a WordPress, you're probably going to have to go to Sucuri. If you have something funky going on outside of that LAMP infrastructure, you're probably going to have to take on a bigger solution. But if you're using a lot of these big solutions, a lot of times they'll help you with it. So they a lot of times protect their own software. So that if you're using WordPress like I am, and you're just doing an affiliate marketing site, or if you're just doing a blog post or just a hobby site, just to keep in touch kind of a site, which I would say most people are doing, or if you're getting into business and you're just starting, you can't afford to be paying $150 a month. So I'm not going to tell you to do that. And that's one of the reasons why I made this video. And I ranked only a couple videos on YouTube so that I could bring you to this page and tell you the quick, cheap, and easy way to do it. These terms are really hard to get ranked on. I didn't want to waste my time and then have the industry change and you'd be stuck looking at a video that doesn't help. This will help you. If you have just a basic site, you got under 5,000 visitors coming in, this is what you can do. Go to this site. If you haven't heard of them, it's www.fiverr.com. And I have a Fiverr video where I talk about all the things I use this for. But if you notice this, look at this, find services, and you want to say remove malware. Now, of course, people say my site got hacked, my site got hacked, my site got hacked. But really, to be honest with you, you just have malware on your site. So I'm telling you that because if you search for the right terms, you get better advice. Um, I can't find the job that I use looking at this. I can't find the job that I use. There's a woman on here who's very good. Um, she's given fantastic results to me. I'm going to see if I can find her real quick. Here she is. So I'll pull up this gig so you can see it. And, I've done all kinds of work with her. She's from India. But if you look at this gig right here, these $5 and $10 gigs, I'm not sure which is her price right now. But generally, when I first started working with her, she would literally take all the malware off of your site for $5. For $5. So she has some upgraded packages, but I found that the $5 package works just fantastic. And if it doesn't, she will contact you and let you know what your vulnerabilities are. And in 24 hours, your site will be up and running. Just about 3 months ago, I had a Russian hack on this site. They were basically corrupting my .ht access file, and they corrupted it in such a way where they were actually attacking other domain names on my shared hosting account with Bluehost. So they took my HT access file, redirected traffic to Russia, and then at that server they started redirecting it to porn sites and all kinds of craziness. And I couldn't tell because they were only doing it when you were on platforms that weren't my Mac desktop. Like if you were coming in on mobile or any other device, you get rerouted. And they were basically stealing my traffic and charging other people to use it. So I'm telling you this because I have some experience with this. I know how frustrating it is. And if you're noticing you're hacked, you might have been hacked for weeks because they're getting good and they don't want you to know about it. So the good news is she'll go in here and she'll patch things up, and she'll also install some things to protect you. So that's my top advice for you. Go to Fiverr, get this gig for $25 at the worst. I've only paid $5. She'll pick charges $5 for domain. But if you have 5 domains and it's got hacked for $5, you can get all of them cleaned up in 24 hours. It's a no-brainer. A lot of times with this malware, they'll run it in cycles. Like when I first decluttered malware off a site, a week later, apparently I didn't get all the backdoors closed, and the the code started to run. So usually they have like a week, every weekly run or a daily run where they'll go back and they'll reinfect your site. And so that's exactly what happened. I will say after I hired this gig, that stopped happening. And I also did some things to protect the site. But I just wanted to leave it at that. I'm going to make this 2 videos. One, how to get rid of the hack without making it too difficult on you. And the second will be how to protect yourself. So there's how to get rid of it. It will work. I'll put links and descriptions on some things that you may need beneath this video. And I'll also make a video about how to protect your precious, precious website. Don't let them in. Don't let them in, y'all. Peace. I was just watching this video and I wanted to get back on and clarify something. The reason why I told you congratulations for being hacked, it is simple, okay? Hackers, these malware coders, they don't just go to any site. So if your site got hacked and you have malware and it's infected, there's viruses and whatnot, it's because people are finding your site. So just use these tips that I'm giving you. You'll be back up and out of it in a day, and you'll be able to move on, protect yourself, and make some money. And that's what it really comes down to. So congratulations, you are on your way. You are on your way, and I'm excited for you.